So I really think I troubled Prashant quite a bit. At the time when Prashant wanted me to do this film, I wasn't very sure that I wanted to come back and do movies again. It took me a while, it took me a lot of convincing, and but eventually when Prashant did actually tell me the script and we got into discussing it, I was completely blown away, and yeah, after that there was no looking back. I said, Prashant, I am very particular. If I come back going to be doing a film, it has to be something of great substance. It really takes a very confident, a very secure man to write such a fabulous script like this, and especially write this fabulous role for a woman. And he didn't stop just with the narration. It took a lot of meetings, numerous phone calls, and finally, when I remember going to Prashant's office in Hyderabad, and in Prashant's room, he had these white boards which spoke about the length and in detail of Khansar, the character dynamics, and how this particular character was related to the rest of them and why she would do certain things. So it was extremely in detail, and it took a long couple of hours, couple of meetings to actually understand this whole gamut. But I was completely blown away with the script. I think I must have got a few mini heart attacks. I don't know how much to say, Prashant, here, but he would give me the dialogues, and just not one or two lines. He would give me these pages of dialogues which complicated Telugu words, and he would expect me to deliver this in like less than 24 hours. Coming back after 16 years was no joke. To be thrown into this world with Prabhas, with Prithvi, and the other ensemble actors that were there couldn't kind of look intimidated. So I had to hold my ground, I had to be confident, and had to look like the way that I've got everything together. Just not easy. The whole process of filming, I mean, Prashant and his team, Bhuvan, the DOP, all of them were great support. But the experience as such, I think, was very difficult. It was a very complex character, but yeah, I had a great experience. This is not a very linear character. It is very, very complex. There was a certain amount of treatment, there was a certain amount of body language, a certain amount of way she would have to say the dialogues, had to be done in a very different way. It took a lot of learning, unlearning, but as long as I knew that I had Prashant by my side, it was going to be easy, because Prashant just knew what he wanted. When, I think when the director knows exactly what he wants, it becomes a little easier. But it was tough. But we did have to go through various look tests, because I think Prashant wanted a particular look, and then he was very satisfied. When the moment he was satisfied, I was not satisfied. I said, you know what, Prashant, I think we can push. We can push, we can do something better. Let's think out of the box. So he would always be okay with sitting down, having a discussion and say, okay, so this is what I bring to the table, what can you bring to the table? So we would kind of discuss, lock in our ideas, and eventually, after many photo shoots that we did and many discussions, we finally arrived at a particular look, which is, you guys will see when you see the movie, it is just very, very fantastic. Salar is a life-changing moment for me in many which ways. I never knew that I would come back, get into movies and act. This movie has not only changed my thought process of wanting to come back and act again. Apart from that, it has changed me as a person. It has really changed me as who I am today as a person, and I would ever be grateful to Prashant, because he was that one person who kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone. If it was not for Prashant, I would have been a very different person. After the initial conversation we had, and he said, I'm going to rewrite this role for you, and I'm going to do this for you. And every time he said, I would need 6 months to rewrite this, so please give me that time. And I thought he would just say 6 months and forget about it. Every month he would call me and say, you know what, Shreya, I haven't forgotten about a character, we are working on it, it is shaping up well, and he would give me constant updates. And at the end of the 6 months, I would feel, every time Prashant called, he would call me up and say, you know what, Shreya, we tried to work this character out for you, but it's not happening. Every time he would call, I would hope that he would say, let's not work together because this is not happening, this character is not happening. I would just want an external force to come and say, let's not do this film. I was scared. I didn't know whether I really wanted to do, so I was really hoping against all odds that the universe will say, you know what, Shreya, you were not meant to do this film. But here I am. When Prashant told me that Prabhas is the hero of the film, I was like, this is going to be a great experience. And I was always wondering, how is it that everybody loves this one person? Nobody has anything negative to say about him. And I really wish I was like him. It was just a passing statement. So like, yeah, you can try, but not in this life. Maybe next life you can try to be as nice as him. Working with him, the first day shooting with him, I remember immediately in the first few seconds telling him, Prabhas, I want 10 minutes of your screen time. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, you are the hero of the film. And you know, I really would like 10 minutes extra of your screen time. It's like, yeah, sure, take it. He was so sweet. For such a big superstar to be so secure and so nice, it just makes everybody feel extremely comfortable on set. Working with Prithvi, I've always been in awe of his performance, and when I did see him, he's so well spoken. People like him and Prabhas, they don't need to do much, they just need to come and stand on screen. 90% of the work is done. Their screen presence is phenomenal, and it also really helps when the person is really nice. So all of them, be it Prabhas, be it Prithvi, Jagapati Babu sir, all of them have really contributed in making me feel at home. So working with each one of them has been an absolute pleasure. I'm not allowed to actually say my character's name. I think it has to be left for all of you to kind of go and see. But all I can tell you about her character is she's absolutely crazy. And I always believe that a woman physically can't bring a man down, because a 6-footer man, we don't have the power. Women physically don't have the power to bring a man down. So how does she bring a man down? Through her mind. So I've given you a clue there. So she is a very, very interesting character. And like I said in the beginning, it takes a very secure, confident man to write a character like this for a woman. And I could go a step further and say that this is the first time you would be able to see a character written like this for a woman. I'm dying to see myself on screen as well, and how this character has come. We all put in so much of hard work, and like I said, it's not been an easy experience. It's been extremely tough, and the dialogues were complicated. The way it had to be said, it was very different. Her look itself is extremely dynamic, and there is a certain amount of command kind of brings out through her attitude and through the way she thinks, is something that we would have to see how it kind of plays out, but she is somebody you can't miss. Salaar is like Game of Thrones. It's got very, very different characters, and each one's complexities and how each one is intertwined into the other, and all of this happens in this world called Kansar. The visualization of Prashant, how he's created this world and how we all come and fit into this world, is what Salaar is. And it just doesn't end there. What makes it like even more beautiful is the emotion. Each character comes with their own set of emotions, and when an emotion is played in between all of these dynamics, that's when it becomes interesting. I would go a step further and say it's a very, very emotional drama set in a very, very exciting world. After watching Salaar, I think all of you will be quite surprised, because it's definitely not something that anybody would have expected. It's going to blow your mind, so be ready. You have a lot of surprises in it, and it's definitely worth the wait.
Kansar Erupekala.